when we hire people for their skills specifically, there is absolutely no need for us as business managers, leaders, or executives to micromanage them. When we hire people for their skills, there is no need to micromanage them. Now, this statement may seem like one of the most obvious things to say. However, we find that HR goes through the process of screening skilled candidates and then putting them through interviews before hiring the best of these candidates that applied for this role. And very often, these are roles that people have gone to school for. They are educated and they have experience in doing what it is that you have hired them for as a business owner or business leader. Why then still feel the need to micromanage them? It defeats the purpose. Unless it is someone that has no prior work experience, I suppose micromanaging them is justified. But when you have hired a skilled, trained, experienced individual, why do you want to micromanage them? That's just toxic management behavior. That's the truth. It's a conversation that we must have. Too often do we see or experience or hear of toxic work environments. And you see people come into an organization, they stay there for a few months, and then they leave, and then we want to complain about a high staff turnover rate. Why is it that we have a high staff turnover rate? In South Africa in particular, we also have a very high unemployment rate. Now, it is not because people are lazy or people are incompetent. Often, it is because people are not given the autonomy to perform in the roles that they have been hired to perform in. Now, that micromanager is insecure within themselves and in whatever it is that they have to expedite at the end of the day, and then projects that onto the employee by micromanaging the employee. Micromanagement gives rise to a toxic work environment, and nobody wants to stay employed in a toxic work environment. So what do? They leave. And very often people will leave for their own mental well-being without even having a job. And that is a very unfortunate situation. So instead of being a micromanager, why don't you consider becoming a transformational leader? Because transformational leadership is something that we can learn. Transformational leadership skills, principles, and values are things that we can acquire. Let's have this conversation, you and me. Let's talk about how you can become a transformational leader. I'm Donnie Miller, here to turn your good managers into great transformational leaders.